For more Knicks talk, we welcome in CP the Fanchise. So CP, how concerned are you specifically about Mitchell Robinson, who's battled injuries throughout his career and already won't play in the season opener?
Yeah, Michelle, not the news that you want to hear for a Knicks team with championship caliber expectations. And it was very interesting because Mitchell Robinson seemed to be ramping up well in the preseason, completing the 2 games in Abu Dhabi. However, when the Knicks came back in the 3rd preseason game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, he only played about half of the minutes that compared to the rest of the starters and did not suit up with the Knicks in the 3rd quarter. So that was a little alarming to me. However, Michelle, the key thing is for the Knicks is to have Mitchell Robinson healthy in the end of the season and the playoffs rather than in the beginning. And so while there is a bit of anxiety with his injury, seems like he may have some soreness there, the Knicks are being very careful and very smart to make sure that Mitchell Robinson comes back when he's 100% ready and comfortable. There is a void there on both ends of the court, but it's a next man up mentality for this team.
And Mike Brown makes his Knicks head coaching debut. What can we expect to see from Brown this season that we did not see from Tom Thibodeau?
3 things for sure, Michelle. In the beginning of the training camp, Mike Brown has preached pace, pace, and pace. He wants this Knicks team to be playing faster. They have notoriously, under Tom Thibodeau, been near the bottom of the league in pace. So I expect the Knicks to play a little bit faster based on the personnel that they have, getting more possessions. And on top of that, that means shooting more 3-pointers. Mike Brown wants his team around 40 3-point attempts per game, and the Knicks certainly do have the personnel this year to do so. Secondly, Mike Brown will be utilizing that bench a lot more. And with the absence of Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart, guys like Gershon Yabusele, Ariel Hukporti, and maybe even a Trey Jemison, who the Knicks have on a 2-way contract, will get more playing time in terms of shoring up the front court. And lastly, Michelle, Mike Brown seems to be coming in here as more of a player's coach. We heard earlier on SNY Properties, Mikal Bridges being mic'd up, saying that Mike Brown speaks to the players in more of a respectful way. And Tom Thibodeau being known as a my way or the highway type of guy, I think Mike Brown kind of brings a breath of fresh air as a new coach for this team.
Very interesting insight. Now, despite the early injury concerns, what are your overall expectations for the Knicks this season?
First and foremost, they have to be led by their dynamic duo, Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. The Knicks' 2 all-stars have to play that way in order to carry this team to the promised land. Additionally, I'd like to see that supporting cast step up. I just spoke about Mikal Bridges. I think this is going to be a big year for Mikal Bridges, playing under a new coach with a new contract in tow. This could be an all-star caliber campaign for Mikal Bridges, so look out for that. And then lastly, Michelle, this Knicks defense needs to play like a championship caliber defense. They were 14th in the NBA last year in defense. This week, we see the reigning champion, the Oklahoma City Thunder, making their debut. One of the things I liked about them was how aggressive they were defensively. They forced the issue on a lot of nights rather than letting it be the other way around. And in that regard, they were able to force turnovers and generate easier offense that way. I'd like to see the Knicks be a bit more opportunistic on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, the Knicks have the 2nd best odds to win the East, the 4th best odds to win it all. It is so good to have you back for the NBA season. Very exciting, CP. Thanks so much.
Anytime, Michelle.